Goedendag. Welcome to the first part of my adventures learning Dutch with Duolingo. See, I've already got a little bit of a head start with Dutch, but I've decided I won't progress the lessons any further until I start videoing all the lessons. So let's start with the basics. So Dutch is quite. If you've done German, you'll find Dutch quite easy, although pronunciation is quite strange. That'll take a bit of getting used to, but let's have a look at the tips on what we can learn first of all. So, welcome. Welcome to the Dutch course. Dutch is a Germanic language with grammar and vocabulary similar to other European languages. You might recognize some words in English as well. Even so, Dutch is a language with grammatical genders. These genders have influence on endings on words, for example. Yeah, this is a common feature in a lot of, just a lot of languages, which makes you appreciate the simplicity of English because it doesn't have gendered nouns and stuff like that. So, but anyway, I digress. So, in Dutch, there are three grammatical genders, masculine, feminine, and neuter. Each gender has their own definite article, the. Both singular masculine and feminine nouns use de, and singular neuter nouns use het. For plural nouns, de is always used. The definite articles de and het don't have very clear rules for when you're supposed to use which. This will mostly be by learning by heart and developing a feeling for it. However, there are some guidelines to help you along. So, de is always used for plural nouns. De is always used for professions. De kok, the chef. De leraar, the teacher. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that bit right. De tends to be used for people with an identified gender, such as de vader, the father. De dochter, the daughter. De is used for vegetables, fruits, trees, plants, names of mountains and rivers. That's useful to know. And furthermore, de is used for most words ending in IE, IJ, HEID, TEIT, SCHAP, TIE, SIE, AAR, EUR, ER, and OR. And finally, de is used for written out numbers and letters. So de 3, the 3, and the A, de A. Het words. Het is always used for diminutives. Diminutives can be recognized by their suffix. They end in JE, TJE, ETJE, PJE, or MPJE. Het is always used for words consisting of two syllables and starting with B, BE, GE, VER, and ONT. Het is always used for verbs used as nouns. When the infinitive form of a verb is used as a noun, example, the walking of the dog, Dutch uses het. And the example here, let's see if I can get my Dutch pronunciation right. Het lopen van de hond. Het is always used for languages and names of meadows. Het is also used for names for compass points. Het noorden, the north. Het is used for for names of sports and games. Het schaken, chess. Het football, football. Furthermore, het is used for words ending in ISME and MENT. Dutch speakers actually never tend to think about the genders of words. Rather than knowing whether a word is originally feminine or masculine, the only distinction that has to be remembered is the difference between de words and het words. This is because it has grammatical consequences in terms of possessives, question words, demonstratives, adjectives, and even relative pronouns. This is why when you learn a new noun, it's very important to memorize whether it's de or het. So next thing we'll learn, pronouns. So this is first subject pronouns. So like I, you, he, she, and it here. So I is ik. You singular, because Dutch is another one of those languages that has has more than one word for you. Actually, it's got three here. So you can say for actually when you think about it, it's really got four words. Um, so anyway, sorry, I'll start again. So I is ik, you is jij or je, he, she, it is hij, zij, or ze, and het. And you formal, if you're speaking to someone older than yourself or someone you're like an authority figure, it'd be you. We is wij or we. Um, you plural is jullie, and they is zij or ze. And you notice the differences between them. Je, ze, and we are unemphasized forms of jij, zij, and wij. The difference will be taught in another skill. So just a little head start on that. The ye, they, and way, they are they're just more emphatic forms of these nouns. So if you just want to say like we did this, then you use they. But in conversation, you can use I think you can use they or the, and you'll be understood. So now you're getting jump into verb conjugation. So you're getting quite a lot for your first tips and notes. So in Dutch, verbs can be recognized by the ending en, for example, eten, to eat, and drinken, to drink. Verb conjugation in Dutch can get rather difficult since there are lots of exceptions. Welcome to Dutch, where exceptions are the rule. The most basic rule is find the stem and add the right ending to it. To find the stem of the word, you take the infinitive of the word, the basic form that you can find in the dictionary, and take off the ending, i.e. en. So, for example, drinken, to drink, the stem would be drink. For simple present, the conjugation is as follows. So I don't know if anyone's watching this and they've studied German, this is quite similar to their verb conjugation. So, for ik, the first person form, ik is just the stem. So, example, ik drink, I drink. Second person is stem plus t, so jij drinkt. And it's the same for third person and for you plural. Sorry, you formal. So hij drinkt and you drinkt. And with the rest of it, it's just the infinitive. So wij drinken, jullie drinken, and zij drinken. Right, that's one more. The Dutch alphabet has 26 letters, just like, in fact, you don't have to learn any new letters. However, there are a lot of differences and peculiarities in pronunciation. Some letters are pronounced differently, and there can be combinations of letters that may throw you for a loop. Don't worry, we're not discussing the letters just now. So yeah, there's a lot of letters that change pronunciation. I think they're called diphthongs when like two letters join together and make a different sound. Classic example being in English, like OW can become like show or shower. So just something to watch out when you're learning Dutch. So let's start with basics one. If you'll let me practice, please. So complete a lesson. So I'm not going to do time to practice so that I can go through each of these words and things and phrases in detail. Practice with the time here. So a boy eats the apple. So boy is jongen. So een jongen ate the apple. None of those two sentences make any sense whatsoever. Or they probably do, but that's probably for much later on. More advanced Dutch.
The apple and its shop.
So I'll let you hear that again slowly. I'll turn the volume up a little bit.
The apple and het shop.
The
The
apple
apple
en
and
het
het
sap.
shop.
That's the apple and the juice.
Een vrouw eet de appel.
I'll have to pronounce this one. So, een vrouw eet de appel. That's a woman eats the apple.
Het water in het brood.
I'll slow that down so you can hear that better.
Het water en het brood. Het water en het brood.
That's the water and the bread.
Een vrouw en een man.
So een vrouw is a woman. So a woman and a man.
Ik drink en hij eet.
Slow that down so you can hear that better.
Ik drink en hij eet.
Ik
drink en hij eet.
I drink and he eats. Or I am drinking and he is eating, because there's no distinction between present tense and present continuous tense in Dutch.
Het meisje.
Het meisje is the girl. And unusually, like man, woman, child, and if they're all der words, but for some reason,
Meisje.
meisje, the word for a girl, meisje, is het word.
Een meisje drinkt sap. Een meisje drinkt sap.
A girl drinks juice.
Je bent een jongen.
Je bent een jongen. That's you are a boy. Now, something I've fallen in, because I've done French before. That word looks like je, which is French for I. So sometimes I have said I am a boy in this one, but I just have to remember that I'm doing Dutch, and it's je bent een jongen.
Je drinkt het sap.
Je
drinkt het sap.
You drink the juice.
Een kind en een man.
Oh, slow that down so you can hear that better.
Een kind en een man.
As a child and a man. One thing you've really got to watch is because the word for or one is very similar to and, obviously minus a letter, but just got to watch your pronunciation, and if you misspell one or the other by like adding an extra e to that one, it will mark you wrong rather than say you've got a typo. I drink the milk. That's ik drink the milk. There we go.
Hij is een kind.
Let's slow that down so you can hear that better.
Hij is een kind.
He is a child. The boy drinks milk. De jongen drinkt melk.
Het kind drinkt melk.
That was quite easy to hear. I'll just put it slow just in case you didn't hear it.
Het kind drinkt melk.
The child drinks milk. I drink and he eats is ik drink en hij eet.
Een vrouw en een man.
Een vrouw en een man. A woman and a man.
Je bent een kind.
Je bent een kind. I am a... Oh, no, I just did it. What? It's you are a child. That's just what I said I sometimes get confused with earlier in this video.
Je bent een jongen. Je bent een jongen.
That's I am a boy. Oh, sorry. I've just done it again. You are a boy.
Hij drinkt melk.
Hij drinkt milk. That's what it's just saying. Yeah, he drinks milk. Okay, so that's your basic introduction to Dutch. I think those lessons pretty much covered everything that you would come across in the in the basics one lesson. So I hope you enjoyed that. So next video, if this eventually loads up, we will talk about basics 2. But I'll just do these two together in the one video. So basics 2 and phrases. I'll discuss that in the next video. So in the meantime, thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon for more Dutch. Dankjewel en tot ziens.